Hi, my name is Jonas. I was born in a little village called Sogndal in the western part of Norway. I was lucky to grow up in a place where the fjords and mountains were practically just outside my doorstep. When I started in first grade, I played a lot of football because I wanted to be one of the cool guys in school. The only problem was that I didn't really get along with the other guys on my team, which made it quite problematic for me to continue. I confronted my mother with this problem and she encouraged me to find something that I loved doing instead of something I did to look cool. After that, I decided to quit football for good. Spending more time at home than before also made me hang out more with my brother and sister as well as my parents. My dad was an excellent musician, he still is by the way. He started giving me guitar and piano lessons, which greatly influenced my taste and love for music in the years to come. He also bought me a trumpet and I joined the school's brass band. Playing the trumpet was tons of fun except for one thing: the National Constitution Day. The day when every other kid in the block was home from school and I was up at 5 AM practicing marching routines with the brass band. When I was 10 years old, we got our first computer and boy was I hooked. I started spending a lot of my spare time playing games, which was handy when I wanted to have a little break from the real world. It was always nice to know that I had a place to go to when I felt a bit down. In my early teenage years, I created a band with some of my friends called Pepsi. We wanted to be really hardcore and cover Metallica, Iron Maiden, and all the other super cool hard rock bands. However, we quickly realized that our name didn't quite represent the hardcore nature of our band. Many good suggestions came up like Killer Waves and Valhalla, and we ended up with the latter one as we felt a strong identity connection to the Vikings. However, after several disagreements within the band, we quit playing together after a few years. This was also the end of my musical activities at that time. When I started in high school, I decided to study electronics after my cousin told me they were allowed to play Counter-Strike in class. This was a point in my life where I was really a happy guy, even though most of my friends were spread all around the world, only reachable by Skype. Computer games took up a solid amount of my spare time until one day when I was introduced to sports climbing. This was the first time in my life that I had a type of physical activity I really enjoyed doing. I climbed for a couple of years and even participated in the national championship. One day at the gym, a guy asked me if I wanted to train with the powerlifters to see if I liked it, so I decided to join for a couple of weeks. For some strange reason, I felt a sense of accomplishment adding more and more weights every week. A year later, I became the regional champion in bench press as well as finishing 4th in the national championship. After what can only be described as a physical activity wake-up call, I decided to pick up a bachelor's degree in sport, health and physical activity, which quickly turned into a master's degree in sports science. During these 5 years at the university, my interest and love for music started growing on me. There was this gap inside me that I simply couldn't fill without singing or playing my guitar. This was also the reason why I started singing in a choir and take classical voice lessons while writing my master's thesis. In early 2013, I created the YouTube channel Average Jonas. I found it to be a fitting name, as any average Joe could basically start making their own stuff and upload it on the web. I had tons of ideas that I couldn't get out of my head, so I started making music videos. Getting feedback from all around the world encouraged me to spend as much spare time as I could making more and better videos. Even at this moment, I felt like it was not enough. I needed more. I decided to apply to the Norwegian Academy of Classical Music in 2015. With a very small percentage of applicants accepted every year, I did not dare to get my hopes up. However, one day a letter showed up welcoming me as a student in the 4-year Bachelor of Classical Music program, and I was absolutely speechless. I had to pinch myself to believe it. 1 year later, I am sitting here feeling incredibly grateful that I'm able to do what I love, because I truly love my life, and I hope you guys do too. I am Average Jonas, and I will always do my best to keep you entertained because you guys are the best.